So, vision boarding. I have pretty much used this technique to manifest a lot of the things that I currently sit here with today. Those of you who are new to vision boarding, it's basically one of the many ways or techniques that people use to encourage their manifestations or their goals. This technique uses imagery on a board, and I really think it's one of the most misunderstood ways of manifestation. I feel like a lot of people in this day and age still think that you just slap on a couple of photos of people doing the most on a board and that is it. And then they look at it a couple of times a day and they're still wondering why they're nowhere closer to their goal. So today we are going to discuss how to do a vision board correctly, and then later on you get to join me with making my own. So essentially the premise of a vision board is that you get to make a board supposed to help immerse you in your vision of your success or what it is that you're trying to attract into your life. And the reason why this helps is because it is a great way in making you believe that all the goals that you are trying to manifest, all the goals that you are trying to get to, is already yours. If done correctly, your subconscious mind can't quite tell what is reality and what is not. And that is why vision boarding kind of plays on that a bit. In this case, the vision board is supposed to help you understand that whatever it is that you want in your life, it's already yours and there is complete abundancy in the universe. A lot of examples I've actually seen on TikTok and YouTube is when you go through a drive-through, you put in your order and you don't really question whether it's coming or not. Like, you've said your order, you go to the next window and collect it. It's kind of similar with manifestation. So you put your goals out there into the universe and you just know that they're already yours. The other aspect that's just as important in manifestation is actually believing that you're worthy of these things. And even though I do believe at times, like, trusting the process is so important, and you really do have to trust the process with this thing, you have to actually believe that you are worthy of receiving what it is that you want. This feeling of being worthy is usually achieved when people actually go out there into the universe and essentially put in the work. Like, you can't just stare at a board and then hope that it comes knocking on your door. That is just not how it goes. You just want to make sure that you are putting out the right energy into the universe, and essentially vision board gets you into alignment of everything that you need. And that is the key thing. You need to be in energetic alignment. If you are looking at this vision board and you are not feeling a thing, you aren't really putting in the effort because you're not really feeling a thing, it's gonna be rendered useless, and you might as well just put away the photos. Save your time and put away the photos. So I'm gonna give you guys a few tips on how to vision board before we go on to showing how I do it. Tip number one, you wanna make sure that your vision board is specific. I don't wanna see random people doing random things if it doesn't mean much to you. Whilst it's nice to go get inspo off Pinterest, that doesn't mean anything to you, or it doesn't incur any sort of feeling into your body, there is just no point in including it, so just cut the crap. One way that I like to make it a bit more specific is I tend to use idols. So for example, if there's someone that I really admire and they seem to have this quality or this attribute that I'm really looking to attract into my life, I will try to find a photo of them doing that very specific thing. Only because it's so much more meaningful to you, and that's exactly what you want this vision board to be. You want it to be meaningful because when you look at this board, you need to feel 1,000,001 things. And that's the whole point of it. You're supposed to just feel everything on that board. You can also do this by editing some photos. So for example, I really want to attract a YouTube plaque into my life. Actually, you get that from surpassing a certain amount of subscribers. So I literally got a photo of a YouTube plaque from like Google, and I edited like my little YouTube name onto it. And honestly, every time I look at that plaque on the vision board, it just feels so much more real. It's such a simple, effective way of making your board so much more specific to you. Another top tip that I would give to you guys is, once again, you do not need to be spending a lot of money making a vision board. In this video, I definitely do showcase me going out and getting photos and getting a canvas for this, but you do not need to do this. I literally used to sit there in a cafe, opening up my journal. I literally wrote the year in the middle, and I would literally doodle everything it is that I wanted to achieve and what I was really into. Like, the amount of money that you spend making this board does not equal the amount that you are gonna get out of this board. Like, it's just not how it works. Tip number 3 that I'm gonna give you guys on making a vision board is, I would say you wanna look at this board quite often. So definitely put it in a place that you are gonna see it, but you also don't want to be looking at this board so much that you have essentially, what's the word, become a control freak about everything on that board. And yeah, you just want to be open. There's so many ways in which your goals can manifest for you. You just have to let it happen, and you just have to stop questioning it. If you are attached to the how of how something happens, you pretty much are in resistance to the 1,000,001 ways that your brain cannot even comprehend that things can happen for you. Just like in that example of when you go to a drive-thru and you order your food, it may take a bit of time, but you know it's on the way. You literally just need to go, wait, and collect it. That is it. In this video, I do make my first vision board, and by first, I mean my first digital one. I have done these before, and honestly, it's so much fun. Like, I've never had so much fun making a board before. But yeah, on to making the board. So to start off with, I got this gigantic canvas from WH Smith. I was originally gonna get a white kind of like cardboard poster, what are they called? Poster boards. But the problem is that they don't really stand up on their own, which means I'll probably have to like eventually like frame it. I just think doing it on the canvas means that like it can stand up on its own. I just got this from WH Smith. I pretty much just bought the first one that I saw. I think this is big enough. This is 40 centimeters by 50 centimeters, so it will definitely stand up on its own, and all I really need to do is just like customize it. I've got my photos that I decided to print from Boots. I think I've got about like 25 photos in this, and oh my god, as they were printing, I was so excited. Oh my god. I've literally never made one of these before, and I'm just so excited to make them. Like, some of the photos that I've printed off really do just make me feel and think about my goals. But yeah, I've also got a little bit of sellotape, and yes, we are just gonna get on. I have also decided to do this with a company of a drink because, you know, if you're not making it an event, I don't know what you're doing. I think the way that I've also decided to get photos this time round is to use Pinterest or a lot of things that I've saved on Instagram. I think it's the easiest way, and you want to be printing off photos that actually make you feel things about your goals. So these photos all make me feel like next level about my goal, and just having it all on one board is just so exciting. I didn't actually think that I would be that excited, to be real with you, to do this, but I think when the photos were printing out, I just felt like they, like, my dreams were just like coming true as the photos were being printed out, which is, you know, very Delulu to say. But hey, we need to channel that crazy Delulu energy into this because it's manifestation, baby. This is like sealed tight. Oh, okay. I don't know why this is sealed so tight, like it's going through customs at an airport, but when I look back, there are so many things that I feel like I've manifested, and you never really notice it until you look back. I've had quite a few goals in 2024, and I've decided to print images that kind of like reflect those goals that I kind of feel quite strongly about. I've got some fitness, I've got some quotes, I've also got, I don't think I've seen people do this, but I've actually got some old photos of myself, and you might be wondering, Rishika, why have you got old photos of yourself? Mainly because I want to attract something that an old version of me did used to have, which in this case, I used to be super active, and this is a photo of me after feeling like I did the best workout ever. So when I look at this photo, I really do feel a feeling, and I think that's, you know, the point. I've also got some photos of people that I admire. For example, I've actually got a photo of Anastasia and Saffron Barker, and they are going on my vision board. Not because I literally want to be Anastasia and Saffron Barker, but they've kind of got like a best friendship that like I would love to have in my life. And I just think that this little photo here, which I don't know if you can see that well, it really reflects. I've got them on there. I hope that's not too creepy. I've got so many more photos that kind of like incur like a certain type of feeling. Oh my god. I don't know, I just, like, seeing all these photos, I'm literally like just going mad. Like, I'm so excited to make this. Oh my god. This is like the first time I'm actually looking at all these photos as well. Like, oh my god. I think the way that I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna kind of like align the photos how I'm gonna stick it and then kind of just go from there. I think I want to put like a main quote in the middle and then just kind of like surround it, because I actually haven't got that many quotes. I think I've got like 3. One of the things I need to decide is, do I want it to be portrait or landscape? Because mine's a little bit rectangular. I don't know, I'm so stuck already, and it's the first photo. I don't know whether to put in my glow up era in the middle or put this little quote, and I think I want to do this one because I think it's like the general like theme. Then I can maybe put some other photos here too. I've also got some Barbara Palvin on here, and if you know me, you know that I love this woman to bits. Not because she's just a model, but she just has the confidence that I aspire to have. And honestly, it is just, you can just see it. She radiates that energy, and that's the kind of energy that I would love to radiate. So I've got her on there. Also got Tam Core on here, and honestly, she has the type of energy that I would love to have, and she's just got the attitude and mindset that I'm all about, so I really wanted her on there. This is the thing, I feel like anyone else that would look at my vision board might think, oh, well, who are these people? But to me, like when I see them, I literally feel a certain feeling. So I've also actually edited and photoshopped, like my version of Photoshop, because I actually don't use Photoshop, some goals of mine for YouTube as well. I'm gonna put these 2 somewhere kind of in the middle, because this is like one of my main goals. This is gonna be the prettiest vision board ever. Honestly, when I look at this is just gonna be like the best thing. I would say if you're gonna start a vision board, the first thing you actually want to do is get a pen and paper. So like literally don't even bother with the photos until you get a pen and paper. And I want you to get clear on them, because essentially there's no point getting photos if you don't know what your goals are, and there's no point kind of just making up photos and then your goals from the photos, because then they're not really your goals and you're just gonna waste money. Honestly, I want to be able to look back on these photos and really think that I did it, you know. I actually have made a vision board before, but the thing is, I actually drew the images. So if I wanted to bring more fitness into my life and focus on the gym and stuff, I would kind of draw like a little body. I think at the time I couldn't really find a way to personalize random people on vision boards. Like, no offense, I don't really want to see a blonde chick just holding up keys in an apartment if I felt nothing towards it. Like, so I kind of drew myself. I think it was kind of like a lazy way out basically, but it did actually work. I have definitely printed off way too many photos. There is nothing I have to say for this. You can probably do this in a much kind of cheaper way. So for example, I know that some people like to kind of just edit on like Canva or something, and then just kind of like edit the photos together and make it like their desktop. Like that works equally as well. But kind of now that I've got my own place, I kind of want this to be out and something that I see all of the time. Okay, so a few tunes later and a little bit more cider down the throat, I have now finished my vision board. I've actually not used all of the photos that I wanted to. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos. So I think I've used 19 photos. But guys, this is the finished vision board. I am so happy with how it turned out. I think having it on a canvas just makes it so much more like real. And I'm kind of glad I went for a canvas and not like a paper card, because once again I would just have to frame it. But I'm absolutely obsessed with this. Yeah, I'm now gonna put this up somewhere. But yeah, this is everything, and I feel like I've kind of did a good job with trying to like collage them together. Once again, I'm not the best at this, but that's beside the point. Seeing it all together just makes me feel like this is not real. Like, who made this? So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and it's pretty good time as well because my battery is flashing. If you did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments below, and I would love to know what you guys have on your vision boards for this year.
I feel like we're only like a third of the way in, so I am making this a little bit late for this year. But once again, this is just a general vision board for me to just look at and just work towards my overarching goals. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'll see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Mwah. Bye guys.